Well, guess what? We're live, having fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ray Reynolds, the Godfather of Credit. Got this silly nickname on KNX Radio. Been on that station 50 years. And guess what today? This is an analyzation class. In other words, we're going to go through rules and tools. And the analyzation is showing you an example what other people can do, how they got to actually reach their millions and billions of dollars as well. We'll show you an example. Now remember, this is the Ray Reynolds Blueprint Live. I own the rights of the Blueprint of Success, have for 47 years. So as we do this, please get a tab and pen. Let's listen to what you can do for yourself as well. As we do this, keep in mind what's very simple. All right, we're going to look at one thing. This is basically educational content only. I'm not here to be your CPA attorney. Okay, so not legal, tax advice, or financial advice. Results may vary, but it's going to be up to you. As you do this, please understand, I'd like you to take a picture. Hey, I'd like to have you basically do me some favors today and join my other TikTok accounts as well. I'd like you to take that picture and follow me on all of them that I have. And if you can't help me, that'd be great because I can broadcast as well more and more and more. So guess what? I can help you, you can help me. What a concept. So that'd be kind of fun. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about you today. Well, that means very simple. Let's talk about your personal credit. In 1977, I am the one who trained Ken Yarborough at TRW. TRW basically stood for Thomas Raymond Woolridge. They made bicycle parts. That's what they did. From there, they got information business. So TRW got information business, became Experian. Thomas Raymond Woolridge, to me, there was the report's wrong. That's what TRW said for me. As a consultant, I had some problems and concerns. First of all, I didn't know they're going to take all my advice and I had opinions on. I said the oldest card. That's basically what we did, oldest card. So the oldest card when we stepped. So what do we do? Today, rules and tools. Back then, they even called it Ray's Rules, by the way. This is 77, 78, all through that and part of the 80s. So every card fluctuates. It's mean simple. If you look at the back of your card, you should have sticky. I think we should basically put it to the point it's simple. Let's make it simple so we don't have the problem. What most people do is they jack up the card past 29%. Let's remember, 29% below is yellow. No, it's green. See, I want you to pay attention. 29% below is green. 30 is yellow, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. So if we keep these cards at 29% and below, we're good. We should maintain about 10 and 15% always and all the times. Well, unfortunately, you have some bad coaches out there. You had some bad people out there with bad advice because what do? They buy my books 18 years ago. Now they think they're coaches today. This is a $50,000 card, 50,000. I believe your goal should be very simple. You should get these cards, gold and platinums, because they don't fluctuate. Let's understand what that means. If all cards use utilization process of 29% or more, they go up and down based on utilization. Gold and platinums do not fluctuate. There's no utilization problem. So if I had a bad day, I'm going to jack these cards up because why? If I do this correctly in my hand right now, that's 100,000 of credit. Some of you are going to think that's crazy. I don't think it's crazy. I think the problem you have today is you got to understand how to play the game and win. In other words, if I have $100,000 of credit, and I have a bad day, bad week, month, year, I can use these cards up, and away, and I don't bring my pain home, and I don't bring my score down below 750 anyway. So what we look at today is very simple as you do this yourself as well. So please understand something. So these cards here, this is my wife's cards, these are my cards. I believe in separate credit. I believe, yes, we got married 21 years ago, and we became one under God's eyes, but the difference is our credit is separate. I need to be a backup for her, and she needs to be a backup for me. So you should always have separate credit. That's my opinion. I get to play the game and win. 77, oldest card. 29% rule. 29% rule. Fluctuation. Again, it's green. Next thing is we did rapid rescore. Let's write down rapid rescore, please. You'll see it today. Even on mortgage companies use it all the time. They call it a rapid rescore. And in scholar, they also refer to it as a rapid refresh. So if we have a rapid rescore on our credit system put in place, we can make our scores go up, get some more green lights, and get some cards to actually reduce our debt to ratio. When your cards are jacked up, you have two choices. Number one, pay it down, okay, or increase the limit. That's all you can do as we go through this process today. So do yourself a favor, understand personal and business credit. We're going to talk about you and your SS5 form. The SS5 is what you set up for yourself. You actually did it, or mommy did it. Somebody signed that form for you. So, hey, how you doing, Black Kinfolk? How you doing? Hey, can you do me a favor? Take a picture here, Black Kinfolk. Can you basically go to these and like me and share? I'd like to take a picture of those. So that way you can basically do one thing for me. You can help me build those 3 different ones as well as basically as a side, all right, for us as well. Or different accounts, my personal and business accounts as well. So the bottom line is you can help me help you. How about that? We've known each other for about 30 plus years. Now, I want you to think about something today. I accomplish my goals. I don't stop till I do. All right, I started my first business as a kid. I didn't know what I was doing, kind of amateur hour. That's what happens to most people today. So I didn't know what I was doing. I sent away $10. I sent away $10 to the Secretary of State of California. I was 7.5, by the way, when I first learned about corporations, a legal person. By the time I was 9, I did Helping Hand Industries. So if you look online today, you'll find out a 9-year-old kid set it up literally in 1969. I'm the kid that grew up. We got hundreds of thousands of dollars of credit in the mail because back then you got credit cards in the mail without applying for credit. That's what they did. That's what they did then too. So what do we do? Now there's me in 1981. And by the way, that's the highest kick at the time, 13 feet and fastest kick. But I like goodies. You like goodies? Goodies to me are Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and goodies and mansions and yachts. By the way, I built my first mansion when I was 16 years old. Yachts, Lamborghinis, and goodies. So again, I like to show you what I obtained, what you can do for yourself if you want to, but it's up to you. So understand, my backyard in my mansion in Huntington Harbor at the time, the U-Dock, largest U-Dock, Huntington Harbor, my yacht was always in the backyard with my race boats. Mansions in Havasu, Big Bear, all right, all kinds of places around California, other places as well. So today is very simple. If you want to get to where you want to go, you can listen, learn, and follow through, but it's going to be up to you. Is it easy? No. Not at all, not at all. The world seems to like the ones that knock us down all the time. It's like our friends and family, what did they do? They kind of got in the way and took advantage of it as well. So again, I'm going to say rags to riches. It was very simple for me. All right, I was in 2 comas in my life. One, I was crippled at 7 years old. The other was I got to die in 2009 and come back. That's my life. That's how it works. So the bottom line is no matter how many millions and billions I've created, the bottom line is no matter how much you got, they can take it away if you die. So the bottom line is very simple. So I made a promise when I was 7, and I kept my promise by helping people for 50 years. I've been on now TikTok for 20 weeks. I got 67,000 followers, just trying to do my best. Let God do the rest. Amen to that too. So I'm going to think about what I do. It's God, family, money. That's what I live by, God, family, money. Fighting through the pain is not easy. It never has been. So let's understand what that means, okay? All I know is I've been in 2 comas in my life, and I've built millions and billions of dollars in 50 years, and I have everything I want. The bottom line is you could do the same thing if you wanted to, but it's up to you to follow through. Right now, you're trying to create something that doesn't exist. You're trying to let your parent company do business, and rich and famous people don't do that. Or you're trying to do something that doesn't exist because it's not going to work. When they sue the LLC, they will sue you. The S Corp, the nonprofit, the PC, the corporation. See, the parent company should never do business. It should own businesses. But that's just my opinion again. So what do? Being a Christian's way of life, not a moment in time. I wrote that when I was a kid because it made sense to me. All right, I watch all these silly people doing blah, blah, blah. So let's understand today. Let's understand what needs to be done. Me and that high kick and all kinds of crazy stuff. Having some fun. My yachts and my race boats in my backyard. In July 4th, 2009, I found myself in a coma the next day. My wife wanted to take a group of people out and watch the fireworks on July 4th, 2009. We did. Next day, I'm in a coma. I actually got to die at 5:41 July 5th. Got to come back. Rebuilt my life again and again. I guess that was God's plan at the time, to show people how you can do it again and again. But I like Lamborghinis. One of my first cars was a Lamborghini Countach. I bought it at an auction. So guess what? Today, if you want to learn to listen, play the game, I'll teach you how to win the game, and that's what it needs to be done. I called it winning the game of business when I set up my first series. Very simple. See, no matter what we do, we got to realize we can follow through. All I can do is tell you flat out. And I wrote this, I have a website called Jesus is Not a Drive-Through. I think people think he is sometimes. It makes no sense. As a little kid, I always say, always good, always good. Because they'd ask, how you doing, little boy? Always good. They'd leave me alone. All right, they leave me alone. I want them to leave me alone. So today, the focus should be you rebuilding you. Kind of like Humpty Dumpty. I want you to think about God, family, money. That's how I live by. All I know is God, family, money. This would make sense to me as we play this game. My first series I put out there. See, I wrote this when I was 15 years old, 15. I wrote a patent. I drew a patent and an idea when I was 12 and a half years old. They didn't buy it. They ended up buying the patent and gave me $1 million check. Eventually, that concept became GPS, if you don't know that. So what did we do? 1976, I was 16 when I'm teaching the world how to do this right. Just my opinion again. I came up with division process in 85, 86, because the division is how you should have under your corporation or LLC, LLP. You roll the dice. See, banks do it and cities do it. You don't do it because you want to be what? All that in a bag of chips. So the next series I came up with very simple. So I found myself at the Bonaventure every Wednesday night, Orange County every Tuesday, Long Beach basically, and what happened on Saturdays and Thursdays, Ontario. 32 years. Being the second largest advertiser in California. See, I'm one of the original coaches and current coach and future coach. I watch these, or I would call basically uneducated people going out there trying to be a coach. The reality is they're not coaches. They're telling you bad information, but again, it's going to be up to you. All I know is the 12 books and CDs built over 40 million people, millionaire structure. That's what it did. If you want to get a copy, you can get that as well. It's up to you. I sold it for $5,000 a set. Take a picture right here, please. Okay. If you want it today, it's $499. It's pretty simple. It's in the link tree. That's all we have to do. It's in the basically below. That's all you need to do to understand how to play the game to win. I'd like you to think about some free goodies today. Free. I like free. I like to see if somebody actually knows what they're talking about. So today you got some choices. If you want, all right, in the link below, very simple, it's free in the link below. Okay, the book called Starting Out Right for the kids and for you, Understand Personal Credit. Next thing is you have all the articles of corporation. If you don't have a corporation, get it in the free in the link below, because what happens, you don't learn anything when you hire an attorney or CPA. I'm sorry. You don't learn diddly squat. If you get your own thing and you go to my class, you can basically follow through and you're stuck with me every step of the way. Now, I got a couple of problems. I rhyme all the time. My IQ's off the chart. I talk and write with both hands at the same time. And I have recall on a lot of things too. So what do? If you can handle with the stutter once in a while, you're all right. We'll get along just fine. Winning the Credit Game, the book I wrote it, because when they set up the credit system, it was analyzation. It was basically utilization. It was oldest card and rapid refresh to block this stuff and put your score up and away, and more possible green lights as well. That's what we did. So the 18 books and CDs are out there to help you. The next thing is very simple. All right, if you basically look in the link below, I can help you help me some more. There's a phone number to the office. You can talk to a specialist right away if you want to. The bottom line is very simple today. If you help share the live and my other lives as well, I'm going to give you some free goodies as well, if that's okay. Free goodies are very simple. There's a book you and your kids need to read. You need to understand how credit works, the rules and tools that they set up in 77 that I did to that process, and all through the time that I protect myself and my wife and my family too. The bottom is very simple. So again, there's that phone number to the office. What do? We have to understand that the Fair Trade Commission, the Fair Trade Commission, the Credit Repair Act, or the Lending Act, all these things, and the Federal Trade Commission, they all say credit repair is a fraud. I don't say they did. See, when they indicted Daniel, the credit repair cloud, all these people promising to do something for you. I don't have a magic wand, to be honest with you. So if you want to hire those companies to remove your negatives because you didn't pay your bills, that means you're a crook. If you want to be that, that's okay with you. From there, what do you get to actually do? Well, let's think. If you owe a debt, you might not negotiate the debt. You might negotiate debt and solve the problem. But unless you're trying to trick your creditors and credit bureaus. But again, I'd say that's a no-no, but it's up to you as well. You might want to get a copy of Winning the Credit Game, all right, because everything to me was a game as a kid. See, I had a problem after I helped set up the credit system. Part of the 80s, I had a problem from the 70s and 80s. I felt guilty. I wanted people to have a counterbalance. In other words, counterbalance. So what does it mean? So if they're going to have the credit bureaus can do this, what can you do to defend yourself? That's counterbalance. To me, that's what I learned by studying law since I was a kid. There's always a counterbalance for law and accounting. Numbers never lie, only people do. So as we play this game, all right, it's free for you. And basically, if you want to do that, in the link below, that's all you have to do is in the link below. Now, you might want to copy the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act. All right, maybe you want to know about, how you're going to do things in debt crisis intervention. All right, because you have these people giving bad information online all the time saying you're doing it wrong. They're trying to do blah, blah, blah. No, stop. Here's a way of the rules and tools. This is the actual public record debt crisis intervention. It's right there. The Fair Debt Collections Practices Act. I'd like you to take a picture here. See, I've had millions and millions of clients take this, all right, diagram here and turn it into millionaire status. But again, your results may vary because you put nothing in it. That's what you get out of it. You see, fighting through the pain, finding peace. I think peace of mind is the biggest thing we have to understand. All right, auto income. Through auto income, you can actually, because you deserve it. I don't know why you don't own the Wendy's restaurant or the Jack in the Box. I bought my first Jack in the Box when I was 19 through a corporation. So what do? I wrote books about laundromats and car washes years ago, and now I get clients say you need to get one of those. You need to own it and not run it. Got it so far? The goal is to free up your time. So that's also free, and basically the link below. That's what you get to do. So what do? Let's think today. When you were a baby, your mommy at the hospital signed an SS5 form. If you were basically in my age, what happens? You did it yourself at 14. Somebody signed that form. What does this mean? You gave, or your mommy gave permission to the IRS to tax your paycheck. They got permission to take their tax out of your paycheck that you work for. So you get the leftover. So the bottom line is this is your problem and not understanding. I'd like you to basically, and below, again, the link below, get a copy of the SS5. All right, the SS5 in the link below. Simple. You can understand how you connect your dots. So you gave permission, or mommy did, for the IRS to give you get your paycheck, and they're allowed to take their cut. You get the leftover, and everything you touch again is tax, and probate. That's what happens. Your family did it to you. You're doing it to your kids today. Most of you, 98% of you. So what happens? The SS5 is basically what allows the IRS to track us, and also for the SSN and the 1040 tax return. That allows them to tax our paycheck. As we get our paycheck, we get the leftover, and everything you touch is tax, and probate when you're gone. See, the reality is no one taught you rules and tools. I've been teaching this for 50 years. I don't know where you've been, but it's going to be up to you. I'm one of the most verified people on the planet today. 50 years, 6 days a week, helping people. If you pay attention, you can help yourself today if you want to. So the SS5 is SSN, and that's IRS 1040 tax return. You tax when you get your paycheck. You can learn to recycle your paycheck. That means you recycle your paycheck. But you have to listen very carefully. A house payment is for 24 years, interest only. 24 years. So if you rent a house, you're making someone else rich. I don't like when people tell you not to own a house. It makes no sense to me. The only way I can recycle my paycheck back in my pocket is having a house payment, because it's all interest for 24 years. So if I have my paycheck taxed and I own a house, because I would pay what, a rent or a house payment? House payment gives me that money back on my tax return. That's interest. That's the only real write-off we have. So I call it recycling taxes and money, your paycheck. See, procrastination is the hardest thing you do in your life. You're all procrastinators, unfortunately. You put it off till tomorrow and never happens. You get stuck. Well, it's kind of terrible, because what you do is you get stuck and you have reruns every other day, the same thing's happening. Think about today. If you allow me to repackage you, I'd repackage you and your family. I'd get you to basically, if you wanted to, show you how I got clients to millionaire status and do the same thing for you if you want. But it's up to you. You have to follow through. Again, over 40 million people have gotten to millionaire status using my product so far. But it's up to you. Your results may vary. If you wanted to make a little bit extra money, you could refer people to my workshops and my classes tomorrow. I have basically 5 classes tomorrow, and I'll be live at 3:15 in the morning as well. So if you're live and you go to my class with your friends and family, you can make up to about a 20% return on your money for doing nothing. Nothing. You help me, help you. What a concept. You see, everybody needs to know about rules and tools of fluctuation and having 100,000 in credit. They need to stick you to the back of their cards. They need to realize 100,000 in credit gives us 71,000 of safety to protect the family. 71,000 to protect the family. So again, I would invite you, very simple today, if you wanted to. All right, basically you could be an affiliate with the link below. It's up to you. So you can sign up to that and get part of the process, and you can help me and help you. Here's chapter 18. I found this out when I was a little kid listening to a poker game at Mrs. Hope's house. I was with her. She's using and abusing. That's just what happened in my life. Not fun, but it's what happens to me. So what do? The LLC, LLP, C Corp, Nonprofit, PC, that's the structure, and you're all trying to change the world. You're trying to let it do business. No rich and famous person let their parent company do business. None of them. None of them. But you're trying to reinvent the wheel. Good for you. They sue the LLC or C Corp, nonprofit PC. They sue you. Then they sue your spouse. Now you both have both problems because you had a lawsuit against you. What do? They say it's a legal person. It's right there in front of you. It's public record. So again, I'm not here to be safe an attorney, but I can guide you in the right direction if you want me to. What do? It says it may sue or be sued. That scares me. So if they sue the corporation, they would sue me or my spouse. I don't want that to happen to me. You want it to happen to you? Simple. So if we look at this, I learned this at 7.5 years old. Went to the library. That's what I did because I didn't know any better. I wanted to find out what it meant. I researched it. From there, we get choices. I think the problem people do is they fib to you all the time. I think you fib to yourself. What happens? You got a corporation or LLC or something. You signed a guarantee of a lease of a building, the credit card, or the car. And what happens if you end up buying a bankruptcy? As they say on social media, if bankrupt get another one, I think they come get you anyway. That's what seems to happen. So we have choices. I asked a college professor years ago, and I asked a very basic question from a group of people. And we were kind of in a little debate because he's a genius and I like geniuses. I asked him a question. When did the LLC, LLP, C Corp, nonprofit, PC, grow hands? I want to know what grow hands. What does that mean? When did it grow hands? You see, who signs for something on behalf of the corporation? You do. You do. You signed the bank account, the lease of the building, the car, the credit card, and the loan. So if you ruined a corporation or got messed up or LLC, they're going to come get you anyway. So if you let the parent company do business, you have no line of defense. You have no line of defense, and that's the problem you have today. You allow this to happen to you, and you should not do that at all. See, a corporation or LLC, LLP, and all these pieces can have what's called division process. How do I know that? I invented it in 84. Got it approved in 84 and 85, 86. Our choices are simple. So the corporation you might have today, it does not have hands. That's the bottom line. It doesn't have hands. Congratulations. Thank you. As we do this as well, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am in the Blueprint program, and I have my call with you on Tuesday. I'm so excited. I get excited every time I talk to somebody because it's fun. I like changing lives. The greatest gift I've ever got is the smile on my wife's face and my kids. Second greatest gift is helping people. I love the fact that we just popped a $30,000 card before I got here. $30,000, no interest. Because that lets that business have money. It doesn't show up on personal credit because it's a business card. See, we can learn to structure things correctly like I've done. Literally for over 50 million people, division process, 39 million millionaire clients. That's what they did using my system before I passed away and died in that coma in 2009. Very simple. I did get to come back because I'm here today. So what do? Structure, finance, and dreams. If we structure finance and dreams, awesome. Well, the reality is very simple, Carlos. We have to understand something. You have a family. You're a man. You're a woman. You're what? You got a man up, kids. You got everything else. See, I'm a father. I'm a husband. Okay, and I'm a man. I don't want to be a husband. That says if a woman got a divorce, he's a husband. Write down words. I make them up all the time. It's fun. I wrote a show for Fox Television years ago. Husband. Structure. If I have an LLC today, and I have 18 divisions, I create under one thing, up to $1 million plus of credit. If I had basically 18 divisions on Bank of America, and they give me $150,000 line of credit per division, that's $2.7 million in my hand. So does that give us the ability to finance the business? Well, let's see, corporations, all right, do what? They don't pay tax if they're profitable. Corporations can use credit to finance their business and offset the taxes. We watch rich and famous people do this all the time. You can learn to do it too if you want to. I've only helped presidents in the United States of America. Lakers, Clippers, and Dodgers, and Angels. I've sold or given away more corporations on planet Earth than anybody. I'm the #1 registration in the world, so you might want to listen and learn. I can't wait for my life to be changed. I'll do anything you tell me to do. Well, that's the goal. See, I'm a bossy person. Sorry, I'm just going to tell you something. I'm not going to give you could do this and that. No, that's not me. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, and all you have to do is follow through. I've done that my whole life. That's how I created 39 million clients so far. That's how we play the game. So let's understand something today. That is a corporation with 3 divisions. I want you to have 18. That's my desire for you in the beginning. What do? Unfortunately, what happened in life is you. The rerun, the old blankety blank day. I lost my job. I'm going to panic. Why do you do that? You see, you sit there in the kitchen table with your friends and family, and you say, we're going to start a business, honey. We're going to jack up the credit cards, drop the score to get stuck, can't get any more. We're going to hawk the house. No, 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 no. If we use our personal credit and we do it right, we use a little bit to do foundation. Once foundation's done, the corporation stands on its own 2 feet. Just like the card I popped earlier today, I probably did over $1.5 million of popping credit today. That's all corporate credit. All right, there's no what. All right, it doesn't show up on personal file. I can finance a business. I can get the American dream if I want to, as long as I follow through. All I can tell you is this: these don't fluctuate, these do. Having $100,000 of personal credit makes sense to me. All right, that gives me $71,000 of safety credit in case I have a bad day, bad week, month, or year. You see, we all have our problems and our concern. We're afraid. I believe we're all afraid. I think we're afraid to be broke. I'm afraid. I don't like eating out of a trash can as a kid. I didn't have a mommy and daddy like you. So the bottom line is I was always afraid. Library time. See, I'd like you to stop bringing the pain home. Could you do that for me? I mean, make a promise to yourself, please. Okay? Never bring the pain home. I wrote that years and years ago. I wrote down, stop bringing the pain home, never bring the pain home. Because all I had as a kid is pain. So that's why I wrote the rules and tools on that too, on the rights of those as well. See, I protect the information I create because I don't want somebody to steal it. They do that all the time. I want you to focus today. You have an SS5 form that you filled out, and Mommy did. That means you got an SSN. Very simple. Let's understand that it works. You got your first job. You got the job. Fantastic. Right there. It says it right there. Then they taxed your paycheck because you gave them permission. So now we look at SS4. The SS4, it's right there. It says employer. And then it says line 1, entity. Entity is a division, if you don't know that. And then it says basically what? Individual person. You're entitled to 3 divisions of you, by the way. I have 3. See, I have 5. I have basically 5 closet divisions and 3 divisions of me. I always put it at the number 8. I was born on the 8th. My race boats, my motorcycles, and cars always had the number 8 on it. See, 8 to me is infinity beyond. That's what makes sense to me. So I like the number 8. But the bottom line is all numbers make sense because I like numbers. See, numbers never lie, only people do. I watched that for my whole life. Now, I'm going to ask you to look at bankruptcy. I don't want you to file one. And unfortunately, you go to a bankruptcy attorney, most of the time you didn't need to file one at all. But you did because they told you to. What do you think they're going to sell you? A pickle or an ice cream or a banana? They sold you what they sell. So guess what? Be careful, because I had a client the other day that his attorney told him to file bankruptcy, Chapter 11, and everything he had. He had a problem with the entity. He had a problem with the location. He forgot what I've taught him. He was panicking, so his wife was crying, ah! Unfortunately, that's true. So bankruptcy. You see, let's pretend we focus and do things my way, and I'd like you to listen and learn. What does that mean for you? Well, if we have a problem, we the people, can file a bankruptcy using an SSN or use an SS4. You get one SSN. Every division gets its own tax ID, and it gets a separated piece. Banks last year bankrupt 22,000 locations. 22,000 locations. Hey, cats, how you feeling? So what do they do? Grocery stores. How about cities? The United States of America Incorporated, 50 states. Every state has cities, and cities are corporations. They're so smart they created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy. A Chapter 9 bankruptcy. Do you understand? See, they planned the problem. You don't do that. You let life control you. I don't want you to do that anymore. There it is right here. SSN or SS4. Check it out. Who wants to be the problem area? I don't want you to be a problem area. As an example, here's a client. As an example, they have 4 collection accounts. They have no credit at all. They destroyed it all. They even have a bankruptcy and collection. I got him $300 to start out with. Is that okay? You see, what happens with me, if you allow me to do my job, okay, and it's very simple, I'm allowed to add you to credit. In other words, I'm a dashboard. I'm an affiliate. An affiliate, a real affiliate, not a pretend one out there I see all the time. So I have 1,200 cards to play with, not counting lines of credit as well. So if you allow me to add you to a current account, all right, as I set you up and rebuild you the right way, what I get to do is line you up and get you a card. Pay off my card and get separate billing. You see, they're going through a bad time. They found they fell through this crap because of what happened in life, but they also panicked. But listen carefully. Rapid rescore blocked their crap, blocked it, pushed the score up. Even at a 487, they got a card for $300 to build up and away. You have to start somewhere. Simple. Here's a bankruptcy. You have no credit at all. Rapid refresh blocked it again and got a card for another $300. See, some of you have to rebuild your basically up what happens. Life has screwed men. Okay, I don't know what that means. Life has, we all get screwed up. I think it doesn't matter, man or women, whatever happens in the world, we get messed up. But again, it's always God, family, and money for me. God, family, and money. I have to look at it that way. It makes sense to me. 11 collecting accounts. Sorry, I stutter once in a while. Sometimes my brains both sides work at the same time and it gets stuck. So I go, hey. So hopefully you can live with that. So here's a 561 with collection accounts, 11 of them. I got them $500. Is that okay? The next one's bigger and bigger and bigger. So the goal is if you had a wrapper rescore, right here is a wrapper rescore. What does that do for you? It'll block what I call bad credit crap and push your score up and actually get you more green lights. Again, if your credit's all screwed up, what do you want? You need to reduce your debt to ratio because it's jacked up or increase the limit. How do you reduce it? You might need another card. You might need to line you for a line of credit as we position. It's just I thought I saw it on the link, all right, on the link below. The link below. We have to be careful of that rapid rescore. So the bottom line is I have to watch what I say now because I got this list of things I'm not allowed to say what you just said. I have to say in the link because it's you can't say the other link whatever because I get in trouble for that, even though it makes no sense. See, I like to help people. I've been on TikTok now 20 weeks, 67,000 followers. All right, TikTok is like If I didn't find out I was helping some people, I wouldn't bother to do TikTok. Okay, but again, that's what I'm doing. Here's the rules and tools of Rapid Rescore. Remember, I created Rapid Score and Rapid Refresh in 1977 and 78. Take your picture, it's right there. It can always push your score up. That's how they close escrows. To this day, escrow companies want to use Rapid Rescore because I invented it in 77. They use it to this day. They charge a couple $1,000 to do it anyway, and that's what happens. What do you do for you? Let's think. Let's connect our dots. If we look at the SS what? N is a 1040 tax return, SS 4, that's 1120. We could actually combine these as one tax return because the IRS allows you to do that. It's called an S corporation. S is single filing. But it also says you have to have a reasonable compensation. That's why you get to design your paycheck. You get to design your paycheck. See, the problem you have with you is your lack of knowledge. Sorry to say, but it's true. You have all these pretend coaches out there. I can't use that word anymore because I can't use that either. So what do? These phony coaches are giving you the wrong information. I'm sorry to say it's true. Why? This me, the NACB, certifies me, the only consultant worldwide they ever certified in the first place. I created the 29% rule right there. 29% green, 30's yellow, 50's red. I did that. It's on your credit system to this day. All right, it's very simple, but then the counterbalance is winning the credit game. So let's think about something today. If you're going to let me structure you again and again, I want you to focus. All cards fluctuate but two. All cards fluctuate but two. I believe that most of you have a utilization problem because you jacked up the wrong card. You should have a sticky. Someone should have taught you rules and tools a long time ago. I've been teaching for 50 years. I don't know where you've been, but I've been out here all the time, 6 days a week. These don't fluctuate. So understand, if we're going to play the game to win, can you listen and pay attention and follow through, please? You see, you could actually get to millionaire status if you wanted to, but it's up to you, as I've had almost 50 million people do that as we play the game. Doesn't matter if it's the Lakers and Clippers I incorporate or the presidents of the United States of America. I'm the largest registered agent in the world. It's very simple. It's just the way it is. So guess what? As we play this game, what do we get to do? Let's understand. If cards fluctuate and these two do not, if I understand rules and tools, I can maintain my 750 score no matter what I do. See, having 71,000 of safety credit per year is very important to all of us because we always have a blankety blank day, month or year. We all go through bad times. Unfortunately, that's what we do. So I want you to understand what I would tell you to do before you kind of mess it up. See, I always tell people before you jack up a credit card, call your creditor or go on the dashboard and increase your limits. You just lost your job. What do you need? You need more credit. See, the reality is very simple. We need more money and time and credit. Money, time, and credit. We need that because it's a necessity. But again, you get to learn how to play the game your way. I would tell you to learn rules and tools. Why? Because it makes sense to me. I developed it. I created my first $1 million corporation when I was 15 years old. My first $1 billion structure at 21. That was just me. Protecting my assets and my family too. You have the choice to do the same thing if you want to. But you're going to have to follow through. It's not easy. Now, so let's understand. Let's show me your numbers. I'd like you to take a picture right here, please. You see, we have to look at numbers. Numbers never lie, only people do, in my opinion. I got to make sure I can say that too. So guess what we do? Let's see. A $500 credit card, I can't use more than $145. It's hard to do that as well. 2,000's at $580, 5,000's $1,450, and 25,000 $7,250. You see, this is all personal credit. Corporate credit doesn't show up a personal file unless it's a Spark card from Capital One. Again, gold, blue, or green. What do? I'd like you to listen very carefully. I'll give you a procedure. If you can write it down, could you do that for me too, please? Let's write down the procedure. What does this mean? If today we basically take our utility bills and our credit cards and be paperless, automatic payment, that's what I tell you to do. Automatic payment, paperless. Since I created a program called Fast Pay, Quick Pay for T or Debbie in a Spirit and use it today, it's very simple. Make sure an extra payment per credit card per week. Covers 10 or 20 bucks. Always keep a 10% balance on our cards. If you keep below that, I've got people out there buying my books 20 years ago, and they're coaches, pretend. They don't have an education at all. They have no degree. They have learned how to play. They have bought a book or two. See, the reality is very simple. If you pay these off on a weekly base, you're going to have a problem. You're going to shrink your limits or close your card, and you will not get big corporate credit cards at all. Underwriters look at that. Now, if you call this phone number right now, later today, and you opt out for 5 years or lifetime. See, no one's teaching the rules and tools. That's the biggest problem you have today. They're not teaching the real rules and tools. So let's understand what that means. Very simple as we play this game to win. So again, 888-567-8688, that's the goal. If we opt out for 5 years or lifetime, you're now off the national mailing list. That's what you should understand that. What I just told you is on the left-hand side of this. Take your picture. Take a picture today and understand how this works. The bottom line is right in front of you, right there. There's all the rules and tools. Again, if you take a picture of that little round thing right there, it's perfect. I created the rules and tools in 1977. You might want to learn that the oldest coach, current coach, and future coach is me. You can repackage your life if you want to. So understand, I like Analytical 750. I don't like Credit Karma because they don't have a spirit and they have no phone number to help you. Plus, they've been indicted 6 times. So you might want to think about Analytical 750 for a reason why. They actually have a Experian, which helps you do what? They're Chase cards. I love Chase cards. I think they're fun. I just pop somebody another card at 0% interest for months, a year plus. There's $350,000 in my hand. Would you like some of it? It's going to be up to you. There's an interest rate up to 22 months. I like that. It makes sense for a corporation to run a business. But again, this is all up to you, what you want to do. If we learn to play the game to win, understand something. I'd like you to learn to help yourself and your family. God, family, money. God, family, money. Now, here's the 10 steps I'd like you to take a picture of. These are the 10 steps you could actually rebuild your life correctly if you wanted to. It's right in front of you. I guess as we play this game. So guess what we get to do? We get to play the game. But Chase offers only, well, again, they offer 0% interest for 12 months to 24 months. Again, how you position if you're an affiliate like me. But again, it doesn't matter the interest rate anyway. If I need money to finance my business, I can offset the interest rate. So unfortunately, we had silly people always make a comment, and they don't really know what they're talking about anyway, in my opinion. I don't really care about the interest rate. I'm glad it's 22 months no interest rate, but I need the credit to finance the business, to finance the dream. If I don't have it, what are you going to do? Win the lottery? Get it from your friends and family? Doesn't make any sense. All right, well, SoFi offers 4%. Fantastic. What does that have to do with Chase cards? So you're throwing in things that you're acting like you know what you're talking about. That's good. I hope you do. But the bottom line is I don't want SoFi. All right, not in the beginning. SoFi is when you do balance transfers or you have to do debt consolidation because you jacked it up. SoFi would not be worth it if you wanted to do that unless you jack things up. So what do? We look at basically Analytical 750. They're going to call you every 46 days, by the way. They have that program that reaches out and they actually help you. That's kind of nice. They're going to tell you what to do every 46 days. They have 4 options even to protect your title of your house. How's that? And the bottom line, they can have a bond up to $5 million. You can protect yourself too. If you have that corporation or LLC, they can help you with Dun & Bradstreet. And basically, the Experian charge you an Equifax business reports. That's how it works. And I'm the guy that set up the dashboard in 87 to allow tax ID to be used for credit cards in the first place. So you might want to play it that way too. Today, if you wanted to wrap a rescore, The office has a program for $1,500. It's okay. That's what they charge. They're going to give you a rapid score. They're going to have the paralegals rebuild your credit every step of the way and help you. But they don't do repair. They do rebuilding. There's a big difference. They also offer you basically for $1,500 about a $5,000 card. One line, if you did it with me, it's $500 and you get $5,000 anyway. It's an opportunity. If you did it now, if you don't do it now, it's okay. Call the office. Let them charge a little bit more. See, for me, I accomplished my goals. I don't have an excuse. I watch too many people have excuses or blame other people for their what? Silliness. I don't like it. You see, there's me in 1981, hitting my head and breaking my skull, by the way, indentation. That's the fastest and highest kick on the planet. At the time, 13 feet. I like goodies. To me, it's a mindset. See, if I can touch it, I can kick it. I can see it, believe and go get it. I have no excuses. I'm one of the most verified people on this planet. When I was 17 and a half years old, driving a Lamborghini, having 19 houses, that was fun. I went to this group, and they sell in payphones. I went there, and I wanted to find out about it's good business. See, I'm thinking about doing businesses, but I like something that runs itself. I like auto income, and that's what I called it since 87, by the way, too, auto income. So I went to this thing, and they're having this thing about payphones. It was $1,600 for a payphone in a route, okay? They said it makes $300 a month as an average. So I'm looking at math. Okay, for $1,600, it makes me $200. How many months would it take to get to the point of break even and get to the profit zone? Well, I basically stood up there and said, I'll take 10. I used my line of credit. You see, it didn't matter the interest rate, what silly people talk about. The corporation, all right, 22,000 payphones, $6.6 million a month. The interest rate's a write-off. It's simple, it's a write-off. So that's what a corporation gets to do, write it off anyway. That was $6.6 million a month by the time I had my 22,000 payphones. So to be honest with you, I don't care about the write-off. I don't care about the interest rate because I'm a write-off anyway. I do care about the write-off. Let me repeat that. So what do? I created auto income. For me, getting $100,000 a month or $2 million a day, I can just tell about me. 2006, 7, 8, 9, I got to the point where our company's doing $1 million a day. Is that okay? We could play the game to win. There's that series I wrote when I was 15. Again, out there, I put it at 16 years old, called Winning the Game of Business. You might want to listen and learn to a guy that's created $60 billion for his clients and himself over the last 50 years, but it's up to you. You do what you want to do. Now, understand Glenn here. He's a nice guy. Glenn's problem is I found him living in his car. All right, I said, what's wrong? What's going on with your life? My wife left me when I lost my job. Get another wife. Get another woman. He stayed in that car for 3 years. There's the story. He wrote it himself. The crap outside in the backyard of someone's house. So what Glenn did is he listened and learned. You could do the same thing if you want to. He went to the workshops and the boot camps and everything else. So what did he do? All right. He got $1 million house, brand new truck, brand new business. He listened. Can you listen too? Now I did one thing for Freeway Ricky Dickie Ross. What did he do when he came out of prison? See, I have a prison program. I built him $3 million of credit. And that's what he got. You're can vary what you can do for you. But that's what he did. Thomas was in prison for 26 years. I have 16 people working right now coming out of prison, rebuilding them. They need a second chance. Thomas, within 6 months, got brand new dump trucks. Brand new dump trucks. From there, Michael was a client. He did something for the Jacksons years ago. When he passed away, God rest his soul, my wife cried for a week. What do? Well, here's Arnold. He got on the board of the hospital. We set up a Dr. Lucky in Fiji Islands. Kids were dying of gum disease. We wanted to help. What do? I've actually incorporated 3 presidents in the United States of America, by the way, if you don't know that. I'm the #1 registered agent in the world, by the way. I didn't matter if it's Costner, didn't matter if it's Giovanni for Pixar. You heard of Pixar, right? See, these are people who have done things that follow through. You could do the same if you wanted to. College professor, Biola University, dedicates his book to me. All right, Superman for Gold's Gym. Steve's a cop. Also, he says I kick blah, 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 and I save people's lives. Cook and Van, God rest his soul, and unfortunately, he did pass away. Here I got her $1 million too. See, I incorporated, again, like I said, Lakers, Clippers, and Dodgers and Angels in the past. You could play the game to learn to win if you want to. See, the goal is very simple today. You got an SS5 form. You got that SS5. That's what happened. You turned around the SS5 form. It equals what? An SSN. Equals the 1040 tax return. See, what you have to understand something, I don't think you connected your dots. I think your biggest problem you're missing today. If you listen to me, the next question I'd have you is, what is your bills? What does it cost for you to pay your bills today? Is it an example of 6420? Or is it $10,000? What does it cost for you to live today? See, the IRS gets to tax your paycheck. You get the leftover because you gave them permission, or mommy did. Someone gave permission. You are doing tax balancing. That's the goal you should do. And I understand as we play this game to win. What does that mean? It's like the house. I know one thing about a house. For 24 years, it's interest only. 24 years, interest only. So if I have a paycheck taxed, if I have a house payment, I recycle my money, I get it back on my tax return. I'm getting it back doing tax balancing. Don't worry, I wrote a book on that too. You and your spouse, you got what? Oh, you got married one day. That's fantastic. You became one under God's eyes. Keep your credit separate, please. You buy a house, escrow, closed homestead trust. Please be careful. You lose the house, they're going to report to the IRS as the 1099-C, unclaimed income. You don't hurt both people. It's escrow, closed homestead trust. Always understand something, irrevocable trust, in my opinion. But again, it's up to you. Each one of you are entitled to the 3 divisions. You can have divisions of yourself. It's very simple. Hi, Myra. How you doing today as we play this game to win? So the bottom line is very simple. Let's understand. Okay, Mindy's one of our administrators, and that's great to do as we do this as well. Moderators. So what happens? I watch silly people online, they talk about LLCs, LLPs, C Corps, nonprofit PCs, and they give bad advice, in my opinion. You see, the problem is like when you have 3 houses and you lost one, if someone sued, they get to sue you and everything you do and your spouse too. See, they say it's going to protect you, it does not. That's why you don't have 5 LLCs. No. What do? I watch people tell you to have your car sold to your trust. Your trust holds all your assets. So if they sue the registered owner, being the trust, you lose all your goodies. I mean, that's the silliest thing I ever saw in my life, but it's up to you what you want to do. Let's think about this today. If I have an LLC with 18 divisions, I can play the game. I can win. Division has a problem, get rid of the division at the corporation or the LLC. You see, no rich and famous person is trying to take their parent company to do business. It owns businesses. I think you're trying to reinvent the wheel. I think that's the biggest mistake you have. The car is registered to you today. Change it to a division. Also, registration, basic registration, insurance, driver's license. Why don't you change the address to a mailbox address, please? Protect your privacy, but it's up to you. See, I'm willing to lose a division, not my corporation, my family. Unfortunately, you're taking too big of a chance. The registering of a car should be a division. I think the division is the only thing you're willing to sacrifice, and there's a problem, versus you and your family. But again, that's your choice. You're entitled to 3 divisions of yourself if you wanted to. As we do this correctly, what would we do? We would create a line of defense. A line of defense because we always have a blankety-blank day, month, or year. We all do, no matter what happens. Every division can have its own credit. It can have its own credit if you want to. In other words, here I'm going to show you an example. This is Reynolds University. Every card says that right here. Every one of these cards is worth, paid over time limit, $100,000. It's unlimited. So if I have it for the parent company at the top, and I have it per division, I can multiply credit. Each division can have its own credit files, the way I designed it in 84 and 85, 86. So that's the division process. So each one of these have the ability to have a situation to protect yourself. Client the other day was panicking. His attorney told him to file in Chapter 11 bankruptcy his whole life. I said, you just told me it's one of the locations. Banks bankrupt 22,000 locations last year. Grocery stores and cities, they planned the problem. You didn't plan the problem, and that's why you get basically what? There's a problem. So if we had the 18 divisions, 9 lines of credit, all right, 9 houses, 9 capabilities. If I had credit cards to build score to get more, I'm probably going to do some Bitcoin, something like that, or gold or stock or travel or some of this, or stock trading. I don't know. It's up to you. But again, if I use a credit card from a corporation, I get to write it off if I win or lose. I'd rather do that. Still, let's take it from my family, but it's up to you again. Pieces of property, separate liability. If I use lines of credit, you have basically choices. It's called checkbook money from the bank. There's lines of credit here, up to 150s. Or these each have a blueprint loan up to $250,000. So you could actually create a blueprint loan or checkbook money to get into a piece of something. Maybe you want to own a Wendy's restaurant, a storage unit, a laundromat, a car wash. I wrote books on that 47 years ago. I've been doing auto income for 50 years, people. I control millions and billions, but it's going to up to you what do you want to do for you. See, your results for me vary. It's up to what you're trying to do. As an example, if I have 3 divisions right here, that's going to be about 300,000 of credit. Now I can actually get 3 divisions doing about 30,000 a month. That's pretty good. If I had 6 divisions, I'm probably going to do about 600,000 of credit right here and about 60,000 a month. If I have 9 divisions, I get to do what, 100,000 a month, and I get $1 million of credit. See, division count controls your income. You get to design your paycheck, called recycle your paycheck. All right, you get to also design what business you want to do and how much you want to get aggressive or not. See, you get to control this. In the past, you had no control. You had life kind of beat you up a little bit. What do we get to do? We get to play the game and win. But it's up to you. Would you like 30,000 a month, 60 or 100,000? But again, you might get nothing because that's what you want to do. It's up to you. But I hope you want to do more than that. So that is basically an example like a blueprint. I like to blueprint people privately because everyone's a little different. When I blueprint someone on the phone with an hour, it's usually their partner in life on the phone as well. I want to design their future. I'm going to create a goal list, and I'm going to tell them what to do the next step. I've never been that person that says, you could do this or that. I'm going to say, this is what you're going to do. Now, client the other day, like I said, they emailed at 11 o'clock at night. They're going to file bankruptcy the next day. They're panicking. Wife's going, husband, Well, I did basically called at 11 o'clock and said, no, stop. You said a division had a problem. Someone had to get stitches. Okay, I understand that. What do we do? One thing. So I had him repeat it 3 times. What did you say? Division had, no, you said an entity. You said no, you said a location. So say it again. You said a location. Okay. So if every location's a division, you've been trained how to disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and say the rest of your pieces. And they go, you're kidding. Yeah, that's right. See, the problem you have is you didn't know what you're doing in the first place. Sorry to say. But again, or it's like, call me Bobby. Well, I saw you earlier today, and that was great. Call me Bobby. Well, I want 100,000 a month. Okay, you should rephrase that. I'd like my corporation or entities to create up to income 100,000 a month. I'd like to take my LLC and convert it to S, so I have a problem, and I can design my paycheck because it says I have to have a reasonable compensation. Then you see what you have to do to break even. See, your whole goal is how to design yourself and to win the game. So I had basically what happened. I sell calling cards, have for over 50 years. Calling cards, that way I get 10 minutes on the phone, whatever needs to be done, emergency time. And it's very handy at times. So what do you get to do? You get to play the game. If you want a calling card, call the office. The number's right there. Okay, the link below has it there too. It's up to you as we play this game. What do? We go back to basics. I'm going to say to you probably 1 million times, if you allow me to, that a corporation's a legal person. It's right there. But again, when do you grow hands? I don't understand. An LLC, corporate nonprofit, PC on the line, Secretary of State's, when they sue it, they sue you. That means you're a duck and a sheep. They sue you and they sue your spouse too. It's very simple. I don't want them to sue anybody. But again, unfortunately, this world's got a lot of people like to sue people. Division. A division was created by me in '84. Why? Because I didn't want to pay $1 million, $1.2 million for franchise tax fee. You see, in '84, I was the king of satellite television. The king. They called me the king of satellite television. It's amazing. I got all these nicknames over the years. So I got, installation, manufacturing, distributing, and we had retail and all this other pieces. Doing like $100 million in the satellite business. It's kind of fun. But I own some Shakey's Pizzas, some 31 flavors, ice cream place, some Subways, some shopping centers as well. They wanted me to pay a franchise tax fee to every corporation in California, like $1,000 per corp. That's $1.2 million. I went to Sacramento and asked a basic question. Could I create an entity under the LLCs, Corps, and S Corps, or I doesn't pay franchise tax fee? I was instructed to create a form and modify one. That's what I did. I just mailed out today my articles of corporation. Fantastic. Carlos, you could have did it online versus mail out, but it's up to you as well. Great. Hopefully you picked a C Corp to turn to S. But if you did LLC, you can turn that to S as well. But again, it's going to be up to you. I'm just going to tell you how I did it for almost 40 million people to millionaire status. If you want to join them, we call it the Puppet Master Club, by the way. I'm a puppet master. I don't control. No, I control it all. I don't own anything. That's just me. I have to put $2,000 of history so I can establish a corporation or LLC or division process, their experience, Treasury, and Equifax under the business, which most of you don't have that. Why don't you have that? I don't know. You should have that every step of the way. The bottom line is going to be up to you as we play this game to win. So what do? A blueprint call with me, what does that mean? If you and I were on the phone for an hour, up to an hour, what would we do? We'd want to play the game to win. The ultimate goes, we played the game to win. What does this mean? Well, let's see. I'm going to have an interview. Your husband or wife or partner of life, whatever you have in your life, your wife and husband, whatever, we're going to talk to you. I'm going to look at past, present, and future. I need to know, you ever filed a bankruptcy, you had a tax problem. Did you ever mess up Chase or American Express? I'll need to know that. From there, I'll need to know if you have family, husband, wife, and cat, dog, and a fish. Do you have a corporation or LLC? Do you have divisions yet? If you need them, about 18 should have. What do we do? Do you have an irrevocable trust? Irrevocable trust, that would be the goal to understand that, to protect assets. The car should be a division, by the way. That's what I'd like you to do, but do what you want to do. It's up to you. Next, we have house. House is escrow, close, homestead, trust. That's what it is, and that's what it's always been. What do you to do? But it's up to you again. When I put in my system years ago, and I basically put in the system when I created it when I was 15 years old. Put it out there when I was 16. I wrote cash flow fee per time. It's like my attorneys for years have to talk to certain people that basically steal my goodies, like the blueprint of success on the rights of that for 47 years. So let's understand. A blueprint call with me is up to 2 hours. 2 hours. Okay? But again, most of the time it's about an hour. It's okay. We can talk about that and get through the process of that for an hour. But we're going to teach you a blueprint. We're going to make sure you have everything in writing, step by step, what you do next. We're going to make sure we're on the same page every step of the way. That's a blueprint call you can do. Bottom line, it's very simple. A blueprint call at the office, they charge about $2,000, so I understand. That's up to you as well as you to play the game. Blueprint call. If you did it today while I'm online with you, it's very simple. Not only give you the blueprint call for $1,000, I also basically give you $10,000 of credit as a bonus because you did it through me now. If you put it off, that's okay. The office will sell it and write it up for $4,000 anytime you want to. It's up to you. Take your picture. That's when I'm live with you. If not, the bottom line is I made it an agreement with our sales team and our affiliates. And what do? Or basically what? Our specialists. If I sell something on basically online in a broadcast, it becomes house account. Everything else is upsell for them. That's how it works. So again, if you'd like me to do a blueprint call with you, you can. I'm going to give you $10,000 in credit, off my credit as well, and build you up and away. And I'm going to tell you what you need to do next. That's what we're going to do every step of the way. Usually it's $4,000. Now it's $1,000 a day. If you did it today, if you don't do it, that's okay. Call the office at any given time. They'll love to write it up for you. Okay, not a problem. At the higher price, of course. So structure builds finance and dreams. It always has, always will. Structure, finance, and dreams. That's the ultimate rule for all of us. I've done auto income since 1987. Even probably before that. Take a picture. I've written books on every one of these categories. So I'd like to have you learn about your corporation with division process and let the division do the product and the service is what you want to do. And you get to multiply credit reports and credit scores. That's what you get, some more. But it's up to you. As we played the game, I call it boring and steady. I've always done boring and steady. It makes sense to me, more and steady. What we do is very simple, coaching. We have group coaching for people at a time. We have specialists that do coaching as well. And I do my coaching privately with me. I only have 3 months left in 1 year, and I'm pretty well booked for right now. Up and away. It's going to be up to you. So what does this mean today? I'm going to teach you how to do everything yourself. You do it all. You can do it everything you want. That's the ultimate. You do, we do, I do. That's how I named it years ago. You do it all. I'm online 6 days a week and answer all the questions. I'll answer as much as I can for you. If we do it together, it's you and I working together. You and I working together. It's very simple as we do this process. I like to get checkbook money from the banks up to 150s. I like the 4 banks for lines of credit, to be honest with you. I also like the blueprint loans that American Express gives to $250,000. If I get basically a blueprint loan or checkbook money, I'm going to write a check to an escrow. If I get credit cards, it's a different type of business because you don't use credit cards to get into an escrow. At least I don't. What do you do at the 250? American Express and all the applications you see today are pretty simple. You can see that every application for the last 19 years have division process on the cash applications, which I don't think any of you paid attention to. I got them to do that 19 years ago. It's right there in front of you. Now they offer. And if you want, I can get you American Express, personal business, expense card, or even a division card simultaneously. It's right there. Would you like the platinum? Would you like the gold? Would you like to get a blueprint loan up to $250,000? See, if you position yourself correctly, you can finance the dream, but I don't want you to be an entrepreneur. Most entrepreneurs fail in the first 3 to 6 years, and they ruin their families, and they file divorces all the time. Unfortunately, on social media, what's going to happen, most of those people, 3 years from now, you know who they were. They made some money, but again, that doesn't last. That's how it works. Famous people don't stay famous, all right? Maybe a small percentage does. Here's American Express. You take a picture. That's up to $250. You could actually have 4 increments into 4 escrows at the same time. Depends how aggressive you want to be. Let's understand. American Express wants you to have 30 transactions in a given month, 30 transactions. They also want you to literally have $100,000 in and out of your bank account. If you don't have that, then you have to wait till I help you build it if you want to do it on your own. Now, if you were in my coaching program for a year, 12 months, all right, in special programs that I do, I offer to use my petty cash account for my clients. But they're in a 12-month special program. What does it mean? Petty cash for last month, $271, $71, 56. So about $396,000 is in petty cash to verify for help people to get to an escrow, but they elect me as a CFO on behalf of banking purposes verification. I have no power to do anything besides that verification. Again, if you're missing a piece, you might want me to be the piece that you're missing. I'll help you connect your dots if you want me to, but it's up to you. For instance, I can be your CFO if you want me to be. See, I like Lamborghinis, big buildings. They're not mine, but they're along the division process. We play. You see, controlling $2.2 billion at one time is kind of fun, but it's not me. Once again, I'm a puppet master. I can control it. I don't own it. I'm not silly enough to put something in my name. Sorry to say, but I think you do that all the time. That ends up being 1,013 divisions. So you could play the game if you want to play to win, but it's going to be up to you. No one can force you to do what needs to be done. For instance, they're not my cars. When I got a divorce, okay, my cheating wife basically cheated with her first fiance. After we had 4 daughters, okay, very simple. She's a cheater. The Bible said what? Again, I had to avoid that. What do we do? Simple. I was bored. I lived in separate beds with this woman for 12 years raising my daughters. I had to take care of my girls. They're more important than I am. See, they're not my cars. They belong to divisions. Boom, boom, boom. It's up to you. My first car, one of my first cars was a Quintos Lamborghini. All right, this one is registered to the division of a corporation. I got the keys. It's not my car. The doors and sides always say Reynolds University anyway. That's the goal. It's marketing tool. You could play, have the keys and what? It's not my car. I like that. It makes sense. Another one and another one and another one. How many would you like? The twins. I like the twins. So if you want to learn to play from a guy that creates millions and billions, he's right in front of you. If not, you just go away. Do it your way. How's that working for you? I think your bottom line is you're a good person, but I think you're missing pieces. And I think you have a lot of people that are teaching you wrong. These are pretend coaches. I've been training people for 50 years. Studied law and accounting 50 years. I study it to this day, every day. School's good. I love school. Learning rules and tools. All right, knowledge is power. Most people say they have it, they do not have it. That's what happens. Here's the love ride as we play the game to win. The God's gift in one of the mansions in the harbor. Lord is U-Dock. My harbor, my yacht, my U-Dock. We bought for an irrevocable trust. See, I'm the guy you can verify, not full of doo-doo. If you want to get there, you just listen and follow through, but it's up to you. As we play, the Duffy even said on the side of it, both sides says Reynolds University. I take my beautiful wife to Captain Jack's around the corner in a Duffy in the moonlight. Isn't that sweet? But I don't write it off. You can't write off your Rolex. That's BS. You can't write off the haircut. You can't write off the chef. You can't write off the wedding. There's a bunch of hooey out there. These pretend coaches are full of you know what. The yachts. I like yachts, don't you? Well, where's yours? I park mine in my backyard. See, I'm the guy you can verify. How about the race boat? 3 engines called 3D. Boom, boom, boom. Pretty simple. The helicopter. They're building a Lamborghini too. 21 cars in a car collection. You need enough garages to do that, right? From there, when we built this one up on the hill, the wind was pretty bad. So what did we do? I had them put the pool inside. Isn't that better to do it that way? That makes more sense. So you get to play the game and win. So now you can do this all yourself. You do, we do, I do. If you want me, I'll do it all for you. I'll do it with you and for you. But that's up to you as well. Remember, if you want to play the game, I'm going to try to convince you to own a gas station with a store, a Wendy's restaurant, a storage unit, a laundromat, a car wash. I wrote books on this 47 years ago. It's what I've done since 1987. But it's up to you. All right, that gets up to $10,000, $100,000 a month if you want to, but it's up to you. Your results may vary. But again, what do? Well, if I got checkbook money, I had 18 divisions here at 150. That's 2.7 million. So you could play the game and win if you wanted to, but it's up to you. Remember today, all right, if I have credit cards under the corporation write off anyway, I'll probably use credit cards for maybe stock trading, some gold, silver, all right, some Bitcoin, whatever it is, but that's simple. I'll fluctuate the rules and tools. Okay, I'll write it off if I lose or I win. That's how it works. But again, it's going to be up to you if you played the game to win. I like to use the own a Jack in the Box or Wendy's restaurant. Those are my favorite, but it's up to you. Storage unit too. So let's understand something as we play this game to win. Usually the income is up to what, these other clients have been there, and they've all done this, but again, it's going to be up to you. They've obtained up to $3,500 to $10,000 a month per division. It's all up to you, income. So the Ray Reynolds Investment Group, we don't get your money. You write checks to escrow yourself. You write the damn check. I don't write the check. Okay, I don't want that money ever, ever, ever. It's you do, we do, I do. That's how it works. If you wanted to put $25,000 in escrow, this is an example just for an example. See, numbers never lie, only people do. If I wrote a check, all right, from a blueprint loan, I wrote a check from the bank line of credit, all right, having 18 divisions with 2.7 million here. What do? We play the game to win. So what happens is if I wrote a check for $25,000, an example, all right, let's say 4 people bought this program and they got into that program. I always line up escrows for people all the time. So that means 3 people plus me because I'm in every escrow. I'll invite you to escrow. They'll tell you to get your own. But if you ever go to my escrow, there's usually 3 people plus me, if not more. See, I want to make sure we understand something. We get a deed of trust like we do in a timeshare. For that week, we get a piece of whatever it might be. Laundromat, dry cleaner, car wash. If we invest about $25,000 to get that piece, we'll get up to $3,200 a month. We're not rich. I don't want you to be rich. I don't never want you to be rich. It makes no sense to me. All right, so time, Lord. So what time is it there? I'm in Central Time. Well, here, Tiffany, it's basically Pacific Standard Time. We have right now 4:12, I believe. It's 4:12. Is that correct? That's what it says on the Rolex. That can't write off. It says on everything else. So it's 4:12 Pacific Standard Time. If we do this again, what if I put $50,000 in an escrow? What if I present you 10 opportunities? You decide to write a check. It's up to you again. See, numbers never lie. It's like $50,000 about $5,600 a month. See, numbers are simple. I like numbers. I think numbers never lie. Only people lie. 75,000, 7,500. Okay, we're not rich. 100,000. We want to buy a Wendy's restaurant. We need $1 million. 9 people plus me write a check for 100,000. Okay, we do that. Now we get a piece, a deed of trust. Each of us get up to about 10,000 a month. Is that okay? That's kind of fun. So if we did this, here's a parent company for you. You see, if you took a picture of that, it would be your parent company. Again, I'd say LLC convert to S, C Corp double tax, S, SSS single filing. That way you can design your paycheck to be your write-off base and break even and get your money back in your tax return because you have a house payment, interest only for 24 years. See, there's a way to recycle money. Now, the goal is very simple. Eventually, when you get to about a $5 million mark, what my clients do, literally, they're a puppet master. Let's control everything, not own anything. Is that okay? That's how we play the game. I accomplished my goals because I never give up. That's just me in 1981 kicking out the light. It's only 13 feet. I jumped 2 feet and kicked the light out. Simple. So I like goodies. You like goodies yet? I've always liked goodies through the division process. I don't own anything, but I control it all. I'm a puppet master. Again, I'm going to say what I said as a little kid when they asked me how I'm doing. I've always said the same thing, always good, thank you, Jesus. That makes people leave me alone. Always good, thank you, Jesus. That made sense to me. Today, if you want to join me tomorrow, I'm online all day tomorrow. All right, what'll happen, I'm online at 3:15 in the morning having fun. And then at 7 o'clock, I have goal setting. All right, at 9 o'clock, I have daisy chaining of credit, multiplying credit. Then I have level 1, level 2, and level 3. Because you're here today, if you look at the link below, okay, guess what you do? You get the link to the classes, or you call the office and they'll send you the links as well. The goal would be very simple. If you want to spend the day with Ray, that's me. And if you refer people like tomorrow, if you don't, say, I don't have enough money, blah, 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 what do? Simple. You invite people in and you make 20% on commissions. You become an affiliate. The phone number to the office is right in front of you. Maybe you want to talk to David, Lawrence, Chris, or even George. That's the ultimate goal for all of us. So again, you can talk to one of the specialists. Maybe you want to talk to Kelly. She's phenomenal as well. What do? I like to repackage it like Humpty Dumpty. Is that okay? I think you're missing some pieces. Let's connect your dots. That's what I've been doing for 50 years. If you want to play with me and go to class, real class. Not the Big Ten coaches out there going blah, blah, blah every day. Sorry, I don't like blah, blah, blah. So you can go to class all day tomorrow and have some fun if you want to. We build credit for you. Let's say you want a personal credit, corporate credit, or division credit if you get into a program. The specialist will design it for you. We can build you $25,000 to $200,000 per entity. We can build you $5 million of credit if you want, but it's up to you as well. It's what you call the office. See, one thing I like is goodies. Every goodie I've obtained has always been a division. I'm not silly enough to put in my name because I don't want them to take it away. So again, goodies and goodies and goodies. So what do? Every one of you in 90 days or less, if you put your mind to it, you could have a 750 score. But you're going to have to do some work. You have to be part of a program. Very simple. That's why we're here today at 3 o'clock helping you step up anyway. So in other words, if I got a rapid rescore, okay? Rapid rescore, what does this mean? Rapid rescore. All right, all I can tell you is what I designed in 77. Please listen to the words. All right, it was oldest card. All right, it was oldest card, 29% debt to ratio in rapid rescore. Rapid rescore. What does that mean? You got to quit scrolling, people. You got to pay attention. You got to pay attention 100%. Stop scrolling. All right, but don't basically go out there, look at the silly people, look at me. Rapid rescore, what we did there is help people close escrows. That's what it did, help in escrows. And that's what happened. We get to close an escrow because we did a rapid rescore, push the score up and away, and that's what they do to this day. Mortgage companies all use rapid rescore today. I invented that and created the system to do that in 77, by the way, if you want to play. Again, rapid rescore does that. So what happens is it blocks crap, pushes the scores up, green lights it out, debt to ratio, solve problems. See, there are solutions for problems. If you have an American Express card, all right, we need to know what kind you have. If you have a Chase, same thing. If you have Capital One, same thing, because you're going to talk to your specialist. You have to be part of the program. But there's no magic wand. I don't have one. Mine's broken. It doesn't work. So we get to play the game to win. So again, I'm going to ask you these questions. You're going to talk to your specialist every step of the way. If you mess up American Express, they like to sue you. They don't want to give you a second chance. Same thing happens with the Chase card as well. But Chase cards has 6 inks. 6 inks could be $300,000 of credit like I have in my hand. But it's going to be up to you as you play this game to win. Now understand, I'm going to tell you the truth. You might not like the truth. There will be some examples here. We don't give out names. We show numbers. It's a case file. So a case file, this is what clients do every day. What's what happens. Here's 6586. They have a rapid rescore. They have a rapid rescore and then rebuilt. That means paralegals are improving or removing their system. We don't do credit repair. This person, their specialist is Kelly. This person spent $500 or $600. They're getting $5,000 back to them. I've always tried to give people 10 times their investment. All right, very simple, up to 10 times. So I always want them to get their money back through the credit process, personal business. People ask me for 50 years, why do you do that? Why not? Bottom line is help people. The goal is really help people. So they have a 601, 574, and a 572. In other words, their credit score, terrible. What do? Let's look at what we got. All right. They have self-lead, okay, at 93%. Amex is 0. I don't know if that's a trade line when it comes to that Amex card, because you wouldn't jack it up if that's a gold or platinum or silver, because it does have utilization there. It could be gold or platinum. Again, we need you to tell us that card that you have there, self-lead. By the way, Chime and Kick came out of my boot camp in 2008. So you got choices to play the game if you want to. If this person would have rapid rescore, which they do, block the bad stuff, and bring that down to 29%, I'll pop them some cards off my cards for them. What do? Get $5,000. Here's the problem. If I get done and give them their $5,000 and build their score up, and they walk away, what are they going to do next? See, the problem, you've messed up your credit 5 to 10 times in your lifetime so far. You've done that many, many times. See, if we don't have a way to basically, balance the debt and find rules and tools and get maybe an auto income, there's your problem. Let's learn and listen, follow through. Simple. Kelly's your specialist. I'll need you to tell her if you ever mess up Chase or American Express. If I get you a 649, get you Amex cards all the time, for you and the corporation as well. This person should actually increase their limit to $25,000 to $50,000. They actually should get a corporation for free. They're in the link below. Free corporations in the link below for everybody. Pay your filing fee and go to class with me. I'll teach you how to play the game and win. Real class, not these pretend classes. Here's 7546, 665, 671. This is the advanced score. This is not the FICO, okay? 671, 677, okay? Here's a rebuild, rapid, and 10,000 credit. Lawrence, one of our top guys, is a specialist. They're all top people anyway. So what happens? 10,000 of credit. 10,000. Well, that's good, but again, what is their future? If we get their credit back on track, give them a 10,000 card, no problem. Here's a 10. I'm done. What do I do next? What are they going to do? I'm sorry, most of you do this to your credit all your life. Up and down, up and down, up and down. I want them to get Amex cards so they don't fluctuate. I'd like to get this person more than 10, maybe 100,000 of personal credit. Maybe the LLC or LLC or LLP, what do you want, a corporation. It's in the link tree, or excuse me, it's in the link below. You can get your articles for free. Very simple to do. What do we do? Let's see, there's no collection. That's good. There's no inquiries. That's fantastic. The only thing hurting this person is this person's credit utilization. Number one, their authorized users or their friends are basically what? Trade line crap? Let's remove all the authorized users. You think it's good to say $9,500 at 70% utilization. That makes no sense. 71% of utilization, 9,500, and it's an authorized user. Your friend's not helping, and neither is a trade line. So do yourself a favor, remove that. Get rid of all the trade lines and all the authorized users right away. It's okay if you have low limits. I'll give you credit off my credit anyway. So that's 75, all right, 46. You ever mess up Chase or American Express and need to know that. So again, it's only 10,000. Increase it to 100,000. Talk to your specialist, Lawrence, and get a corporation for your future. If you don't have one, what's going to happen? You're going to do this again and again. You all do this all the time. You have reruns all the time. Here's 1512. Chris is your specialist. Your credit says poor right there. What happens? You get a rapid rescore, and what is it? And rebuild. Simple. That's 10,000 of credit again. Everyone needs $100,000 of credit to have safety credit of 71,000. But again, I can't, force people to do more than they want to do. No inquiry, fantastic. You have 2 collection accounts. Your collections accounts are 38,000, 23,000. And please don't screw up Navy. Please, 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 please don't screw up Navy. All right, Navy, if you let me position the right way, you could have got 80,000 in cards and line of credit for 50. Again, if I get you to 550, I can get you that too. Please don't screw up Navy. I only got my Navy because I was brought into a government program at 14 and a half at Orange Coast College. I didn't go to high school. I got educated through the college system. That's how it worked. I like school. I think school makes sense. At least teaches rules and tools and how to understand law and accounting. What do we do? Please don't screw up Navy. Please don't screw up Chase. Please, 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 please. You can rebuild your life. You have some tools and rules, but it's up to you. The bottom line is you got to realize how to play the game to win. So again, you just want us to rebuild your 10,000 credit. Okay, talk to Chris. Do yourself a favor. Find every which way. I don't know if they have to sell something like I had to do out of coma. Let's save basically Chase, and let's save Navy, please. Let's go around this. Here's our problem right now. Your Chase is 100%, 105%, B of A, Citibank. All these pieces, authorized users. Again, please get rid of authorized users. If I had to get you a SoFi line, as someone said SoFi, that would be to do debt to ratio, restructuring your debts. SoFi has a good program to do that. But get rid of authorized users first. You ever screw American Express or Chase, please let us know. You're in a rapid rescore. I would tell you to increase this limit at least 50 to 100,000. That's up to you as well. But at least, please don't screw up Navy or Chase. Okay? Find a way, get a SoFi loan and reduce your debt to ratio. That's all you have to do. Get rid of the authorized users right away. Here's 6636. David is your specialist, so it's a rebuild. All right, rapid rescore, and you're getting 10,000 in credit. You spend $1,000, you're getting 10 back. How's that? Pretty good. It's better than being in Vegas. What do we do? Well, the score is kind of bad. It says poor across the board. Then it says very poor. There's no inquiries. Okay. Now you have collections. Okay. Oh, you screwed up Chase. So I'm sorry to say, and you did U.S. Bank. Okay. You have Kohl's. Wow. If I had Kohl's only, I'd go to Kohl's and get a gift card and turn it into cash. Reduce my debt to ratio. That's what I would do. I've had to do these things before. Then I get Amex and basically Chase. But you're already messing up Chase. Why? Sorry, you already did. Chase is not going to forgive you unless you have a division of you. So let's rebuild you the right way a little bit more. David's your specialist. Okay, you're building up and away. But the reality is these charge-offs here, are they charge-off or collections? Are they hitting you every month? You might have to negotiate a debt or two. As we build you up and away, that's going to be up to you as well. That is 6636. This person should be going after 100,000 of credit because they had some big chunks at one time. Let's rebuild them. That is 6635. Well, good. We have David, a specialist. You have, it's an MIM. Fantastic. MIN stands for Millionaire in the Making, by the way. So we're going to structure this person through a division process and have some fun. So guess what we get to do and understand? I'll be calling right now, then call. Please, please, please understand. Here's what happens. 6635, David's your specialist. You have an MIN that's 50,000 in credit, and you have 9 divisions. When you build credit to the corporation or LLC, LLP, whatever you got, you can daisy chain it per division. So let's write down daisy chaining. That class is actually tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. I'd tell this person to increase to 100,000. That's what I tell them to do it now before I daisy chain the credit, or they do it for themselves. But it's up to you. David's your specialist. What do we have? We have no inquiries. We do have some collection. The collection you have basically showed up on March 18th is $2,700. If they don't push it off to a dispute process, I'm going to tell you to negotiate the debt and solve the problem. All right, bottom line, you have what? An authorized user. You have no credit. This is the problem. You have no credit. You have a 765 with no credit. Okay? What do we do? A rapid rescore will push you up and away without any credit at all. It's right there. You have nothing. But you do have a collection account. What do? Let's turn this into 100,000 of credit. Let's get up to 18 divisions, and let's turn this into a millionaire corporation. Within the next 12 months, then it'll be up to you as we play the game to win. That would be the old thing. Go for all of you. Did you screw up American Express or Chase? I need to know that. I need to make sure we're positioned correctly. That is 6635. Here's 6607. All right, once again, this is a blueprint call only, 30 minutes. Lawrence told you a blueprint call so you and I can be on the phone for 30 minutes and basically kind of look at past, present, future and build your future the way I want to. And I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to tell you. Sorry, I'm going to interview you, put the blueprint together, and we're going to do it my way because I don't want to do your way. Sorry. I want to make sure you win. So here we have basically U.S. Bank screwed up. They're paid. Okay. See, they're paid collection to get rid of those. We look at Indigo. That's a crap card. Anyway, authorized users. So you have Milestone, you have Indigo, okay? You have authorized user, you have Kevin Jewelers, okay? Well, Warren Buffett owns Kevin Jewelers, if you don't know that. So what do? Understand, okay? Let's get rid of all the authorized users. Let me add my credit to this and build you up and away my way. Authorized users are not helping, they're hurting, they're 100%. You have to reduce it to 29%. Get rid of all authorized users, number 6607. All right, that's going to tell you the process. See, we analyze everybody for a reason. We do our rescore and rebuild for everybody because we always have. All right. I'm on hold, ATM. Okay, what does that mean? I'm on hold, ATM. What does that mean? Okay. So what do? If this person really wanted to get aggressive, I'd say we do what? After we get the blueprint call, let's get him to a corp, 18 divisions. Let's build this up and away, but it's up to that person as we play the game to win. Again, let's structure. Again, structured finance and dream. I'm going to tell them to get rid of the authorized user. They're hurting you versus helping you. Here's 9774. Okay. I love this. Good. Kelly got this right. She's got an MIM. This person's got an MIM 9774. 200,000 in credit. That's 100,000 of personal. That gives you safety for 171,000 of safety. And it gives you 100,000 of the corporation where you can daisy chain per division. Every division get 100,000 in credit. Wouldn't that be kind of fun? How many divisions would you want? That's how it works. If we play this game to win. All right, I love that. MIM, million in the making. Now, we have no inquiries. That's a good thing. We have a collection item. If that collection item doesn't get pushed off or charged off or go away, I'm going to tell you to negotiate that right away. We look at the history you have. You have authorized user. You don't need it. You think you do. You do not. You have a terminated account from Chase. What happened there? I want more about the story. I want to know about Amex and Chase all the time. Reduce your debt to ratio. Also, you had to increase those as well, up and away. And that's the ultimate goal for all of you. So what happens? If the debt to ratio here was at 29%, I would push it with the rapid rescore to 740. That lets me build credit 100,000 per person in business at the same time. They need to remove their authorized users, and let's reduce some debt to ratio. That's all we need to do. Did you mess up Chase or American Express? I need to know that. That's 9774. Here's 1873. All right, your specialist is David. Rapper rescore 5,000 a credit, no problem. That's what you get to do. Okay. It says poor. Your credit's very poor. It doesn't even say poor. It says very poor. Well, you're in the 400s. The worst case I had during pandemic was a 240, but he just came out of prison. He's a famous comedian, by the way. What do we do? No inquiries. It's simple. No collection accounts. You have this credit card for what? $1,500, 118%. Let's find a way to reduce it to 29. Let's take the rapper score and push it to 649. Get you an Amex card. If you have not messed them up, I need to know. It says no here. Do you screw up American Express or Chase? I need to know that. Amex, we need to know that right away. Please talk to your specialist. Here's 9112. Kelly, oh, God, I like Kelly. She's doing great. She tries to get people in a million in the making, because that's what they need to do. But they're getting $25,000 in credit. Here's my problem. They don't have any score on the Spirit, and that means it's probably an address problem. But we'll get that fixed as well. What do we have to do? So our problem, you want million in the making, but you only want $25,000 in credit. How am I supposed to put that in you and the corporation at the same time? It's not enough credit. See, you don't have any credit. You have no revolving. That's what I was afraid of. No inquiries. That's good. The collection, we're going to go around with the rapid rescore. You screwed up Amex. Why would you screw up Amex for $755? No. The only way to get Amex again is the division of me through the corporate structure under tax ID. Every one of you can do that too. Did you mess up Chase? I need to know that. So what do we get to do here? Very simple. Okay? If you want the $25,000, okay, but there's not enough to go around. I'll do that 1 or 2 or 3 cards for you personally. What about the corporation? See, this is the person that needs $100,000 themselves, or the corporation, or a combination, or both, or $200,000 in credit. It's up to them where do they want to go from now in the next 12 months. 3984. David's your specialist. Your score is okay. Now it's good across the board. 687. This is the advanced score. The rapid, or basically, what happened, basically, look at the score. What we look at some more. What do we look at? It's very simple. If we're almost a 700 across the board, it's fine. It's nice. All right, what do? We look at the analytical score. Fantastic. 5,000 in credit. I think you're going to need more than 5,000, but it's up to you. Again, you spend $500 or $600, they give you 5,000 in credit. If you wanted more, you get more. What do you do for you and the corporation? Because what happens is very simple. No inquiries is great. You have Capital One collections and the funding. Okay, no problem. Rapid, go around it. You have an authorized user, or it's 0%. That's a trade line crap. You have the Amex, and you have a Capital One, or the yours, or someone else's. See, the goal is the one that's 44% is probably really yours. The rest is not yours anyway. I'll bet on it. So if we build up, what are we going to do? Let's think. 5,000 credit. What do we do? 100,000 or 50? I would tell you, talk to your specialist, upgrade, but it's up to you as well. Again, what do we do? See, once your credit is back on track, you have safety credit. What's the future? Where's the future? It should be corporation, S corp, and what? Auto income, in my opinion. But it's going to be up to you. Here's 5216. It's a rebuild. Rapid score 10,000 of credit. Lawrence is your specialist. Okay. Well, again, it says your credit's fair. Yucky pucky. Okay. No inquiries, no problem. You have Citizens Bank and you have Merrick Bank. All right, Citizens is a big bank. Okay, no problem. Merrick Bank's a little credit card. It's a crappy card. Okay, no problem. Capital One, listen to me very carefully. Go on your Capital One dashboard and look at the dashboard like you're going to make a payment. Look on the right-hand side, it says, I want. Click it. Left-hand side opens up. Second to the bottom, increase your limits. Change your projection, see if they'll increase your limits. You should do that every 46 days anyway. There's no inquiry, by the way. See, in that car that's 95%, you have 2 choices. Increase the limit or pay it down. Either way, you got to do that. It's simple. Rapid can block the bad credit, and what do you get to do? 5216. We get your ability up, and away, you're getting 10,000 of credit. Once you're through that process and we got it all done, you score 750. What do you want to do? See, I think you're going to do it again and again. Most of you do that all the time. Third time watching your videos, not by accident. God makes no mistakes. Well, praise God for that. It's true. God allows things to happen to all of us. It's God found me money. You'll hear me say that for 50 years. No mistakes. You've checked me all on the F, taxes, Texas, and the financial or ops gospel. How do I get down? How do I get down? I don't know what that means, get down. The reality is very simple. If you have a profit and non-profit, it's going to be up to you how you structured it. Because you said gospel, maybe of the church. Is it a 508 or is it 501? Again, let me know. as we play the game. But again, we got to figure where you want to go. I'd suggest you get a blueprint call. Let's figure you out. What do you want to do next? But it's up to you again. So as we do this, Lawrence is your specialist, rebuild, rapid score, 10,000 of credit. I believe you should increase that to 1,500. It's up to you. Let's go around the crap. Let's get that debt to ratio on those cards down by what I just told you to do. Let's block the crap and push you up and away. Here it's 67.78. Rapid rescore and $1,000 of credit. Okay, $1,000. She probably threw it in as a bonus. You paid $500 or $600. But again, that's what happens. Usually they give you $1,000. That's about it, and they charge them up to $1,000, $1,500. But again, they're going to rebuild your rapid rescore. A rapid rescore in the open market is $2,000 by itself. So what do? Scores went down. You have no inquiries. Keep it that way, please. But you have 2 collection accounts. The collections P and C. 43,000, that's a pretty big one. In the future, you're probably going to have to basically do one thing, negotiate that. Currently, Rapid can block the crap, push your score up, and you have authorized users anyway. You have crap cards. If you allow me to do it, I'll give you some cards unsecured. Is that all right? We'll use my history to do that as well. So what do we do? Number 6778, rebuild, rapid score, $1,000. Let's build you up and away. See, the problem with rebuilding credit, what's going to be next? What are you going to do next? I'm sorry, you didn't protect yourself. You didn't plan the problem. You didn't protect your spouse and yourself at the same time. And what you're trying to do is accomplish the goal. Most people screwed up their credit because they started a business. And they used the wrong credit in the first place. Simple. Now, the dream, the gift. It was simple. I love that. I love the dream and the gift. This is my building in 2009. One technology drive over in Spectrum. What did that mean? Pretty simple. My building, the ability, 22,000 square feet. I love that building. I finally reached my top goal I wanted to. That was my dream. That was my vision. 22,000 square feet. I love my building. All right, you go in this, you get past Betty, and they put it past in the back room. You had one of the offices, B of A. They were in the office setting bank accounts, Chase, ADP, and franchise room. And my classroom held 800 people. I love that. I was on top of the world. God allowed me to go in a coma and die and come back. My $3.7 billion was stolen. I had to rebuild it again. And I guess I get to be the example for every one of you. So you got to realize one thing. We have the ability to repackage you and me as well. Because that's what I had to do. My building, my dream. If you want today to understand the original series I wrote when I was 15, Winning the Game of Business, there you want to take a picture. We're going to invite you to the links of all the classes tomorrow as well. This gives us permission to text or email you when it needs to be done, but it's up to you as well. Today, the goal is to learn how to get goodies. I like goodies. You see, all right, you have the ability to change your life. All right, but it's very simple. All right, it's like sharing the life share the life as well. I'd like you to do that today. Help me help you. So what do? What's better, credit or leverage? Well, what is better credit? You got to have credit or cash to leverage money. When I showed Mr. Warren Buffett leverage and money reference 3 times 5 40 years ago, he goes, well, that's pretty good. That's what he said. Well, that's pretty good. So let's think about it. If you share the live today and you go into the link below, okay, you can get the book that I designed for you and the kids. Learn the rules and tools. It's free. It's in the link below. Free. From there, if you basically want the ability to get about personal credit, you can rebuild it yourself because credit repair is a fraud. This is a book called Winning the Credit Game, by the way. It's a free to you as well. It's in the link below. If you want a mouse pad, this is your future. See, finding that peace. See, no matter what happened this last month, from the robbery to the office, the hacking, and the crazy stuff that happened, and all this crazy stuff in the last month, I have the way to move things around, shift money around. I manage 19 bank accounts, millions and billions of dollars. I don't own anything, but I control it all. That makes sense to me. All right, maybe it makes sense to you too. It's up to you. This is basically a mouse pad. Okay? You can order one in the link below called The Office. This is where you get your peace. And through auto income, you deserve it. That's a way you could create up to $100,000 a month if you wanted to. Simple. If you want the 12 books and CDs that I sold at the Bonaventure for $55,000 a set for 32 years and all the 4 events I did every week, today it is in basically the link tree, or through the link below. It's $4.99. It's a kind of a giveaway. If you want basically to save a little money, the office will sell you a rebuilt package with Rapper Rescore with about $1,000 of credit for about $1,500. If you did it while you're online with me, it's $500, and basically I'm going to give you the 5,000 credit anyway. Rapper Rescore rebuild you and teach you how to play the game and go to the classes. Again, it's your choice. See, the problem we have today is procrastination kills the dream. There's no reason to procrastinate on anything. You've been having to say reruns every day. You do it all the time. I don't want that anymore in your life. I like to change your life. I like to tell you what to do. I'm going to basically say some things very simple. Let's repackage you and your family now, but it's going to be up to you. For instance, if you don't have an irrevocable trust, in the link below, it's called Legal Shield. They'll do that for you for a couple $100, but it's up to you as well. Protect your life. If you want to make some money, go to the classes and invite the world into it. It will pay you up to 20%. You can register as an affiliate in the link below as well. It's simple. You can help me help you. If you need a calling card, you can find that out too, in case you have an emergency. You see, the other day I got to argue with an attorney and CPA. They're telling my client how to do something wrong. They said, that's my client. No, it's my client. See, they wanted their sole proprietor to cancel it and become a corporation. And I said that was wrong. I didn't like that. You see, what happens is I told him, explain it very slowly to them, because I didn't know if they went to Kmart U, is you do a statement of abandonment and you reconnect that sole proprietor as a division. You don't give away the history of the bank account. I had to teach the attorney and CPA how to play the game. Unfortunately, there's a lot of silly people out there every day. So if you need a calling card, you let me know. It's simple. Call the office. They'll give you one of those too. Structure, finance, and dream. Structure, finance, and dream. But it's up to you. Legal what? Phone keeps your stop guard while you're basically talking. I don't know about that because they're watching monitor the engineers in the back room. They would have told me that, but maybe it's you. I don't know. We'll be able to double check as well. What do we do? The corporation division process makes sense. See, I'd rather have the division be the duck or sheep. See, that's what banks and grocery stores do as well. And rich and famous people never let their parent company do business. It owns businesses. So you might want to think about boring and steady. I call it boring and steady my whole life. I'd rather do boring and steady for long term. Long term makes sense. That's what I do for me and for you. So if you ever wanted to do, you do, we do, I do, let me know. You do it all, I'll teach you how. We do it together, we're together, and I'll be your coach. Real coach, okay, for 50 years. Not these pretend ones about my books and CDs. The investment, So if I have 18 divisions, and I have checkbook money, okay, what do I get to do? Checkbook money's from the line of credit from the bank, or a blueprint loan from American Express, that's good. If I have a credit card, I might have a Chase card. What do I get to do? Well, cards usually get to do what? Gold, silver, gold, whatever it is, that's fine. But what do you do? If it is a line of credit, I'd suggest buying a Wendy's restaurant or a Jack in the Box. But if you can't afford it, you group of people. You group of people that invest and you get a deed of trust. Maybe you want a laundromat, a car wash. What do? It's simple. See, clients in the past, over 15 million people I taught division process to. Before I died in the coma in 2009, I had 39 million millionaire clients. Simple. They're getting up to $3,000 and $10,000 a month per division. I don't think you're going to be rich. I think you're going to have an income. If you have multiple divisions, you, a corporation, can be rich, not you. I don't think that's acceptable. You should never be rich. Rich people aren't rich, their corporations are. They're puppet masters. So you do it all. We'll teach you how to do that too. If we do it together, we're going to play. But then I want to get a blueprint loan up to $250. I want to get aggressive. I want to realize that American Express has the division process and every application, so does everyone from 19 years ago for all cash cards for corporations. So we play. If I want the blueprint for loan at American Express, it's pretty simple. Here's a picture, take it. It's very simple what I do. Every American Express card, unfortunately, has some phonies out there. They say they have $1 million American Express, they do not. American Express puts you through a financial review when you spend $20,000, $25,000 on a card. They want to log into your account. They want to verify you can afford the card before they jack it up. You get stuck. You can't get any more. So I realize they'll put you for a financial review, usually at $20,000, $25,000 of credit spent on a card. They're going to look for 30 transactions. They're going to look at for up to $100,000 a month. That's what they do. For my clients who are in coaching, if they elect me as a CFO, 12 months of coaching only, I only do that in certain programs and that as well. What do we get to do? Very simple. I get to let them use my accounts as my petty cash account. and then there's 270, 70, 56. About almost 400,000 in credit verification in another bank account transaction. So I become a CFO for banking and credit purposes. That's all it's for. I have no power to do anything. If you want me to do all the work, I'll do that too. All right, I have Chase business cards. It's 14,000. Would you basically reduce me to 14,000? Well, no, your Chase card is very simple. You said it's a business Chase. It's an ink card. Why don't we get more of them? And when we get more of them, I apologize, I didn't finish the last text, okay? Well, every ink card gets you, there's 6 of them. I mean, I got a client in before I even started today, 30,000 on another card. Their average is 30 to 50,000. Is that okay? If we get 50,000 and get 6 of these or more? I like having credit cards to do things to build the business up and away. See, you're using borrow money, this corporate credit. Corporate credit can write it all off interest rate and credit card. Borrow money is not taxable. Corporations don't pay tax till they're profitable. Why would I steal from a family like most of you do? I think that was wrong in the first place. I do all the work for you. Okay, let me do it. You write the check to escrow. I don't write the check. See, if you had, hypothetically, or you had 25,000 in an escrow, and you bought a laundromat, a car wash, all right, simple, all right, dry cleaners, 4 people into that, me as one of them, you 3 other people. We each put 25,000, it gives $100,000 income escrow. Escrow is going to give us a deed of trust. All right, we buy 1/4 of it. That's very simple. The average after the bills are paid, it's about $3,200 a month. That's what they get to do. If we took 50,000, see, numbers never lie, only people do. Storage unit, laundromat, fourplex, whatever you want to do. So each one of these is an opportunity. You can find your own opportunities, or I can line them up for you. You can join one of my opportunities, my escrows too, but it's up to you. It's all been up to you since day one. If we buy a Wendy's restaurant, they want $1 million. Okay. Well, let's get 9 people plus me. Is that okay? There's 10. That's $1 million. So we each get a piece. Usually it's about $10,000 a month per piece. That's kind of nice. Here, if you have a parent company, that's what you get to do. See, I think, unfortunately, you did it your way. I don't like your way. I'm sorry, you hurt your family. You brought the pain home. You didn't have safety credit. No one taught you rules and tools. I've been teaching for 50 years. I don't know where you've been, but I've been doing this for 50 years. I am new at a TikTok for 20 weeks now. I got 67,000 followers so far. And the bottom line is I have to write the rules and tools. I get in trouble because I say something that I mean, I want to show you, but then they get mad at me. Okay, no problem. What do we get to do? Well, let's see. If I blueprint you, you and I are on the phone for an hour. I want your partner in life on the phone with this as well. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to set up your new goal list my way. I don't like your way. I'm going to really get you there if you want me to hold your hand. We'll sing Kumbaya as well. Blueprint calls up to $2,000. It's an hour's time. That's how it works. But again, today, the office, the $2,000. Today, online here, it's $1,000. You get to get 4,000 savings, 10,000 in credit. Blueprint rebuilds you if it was done now in line with me. If it's not, it's okay. Call the office, pay more. That's how it works. The first sale for all clients are here. Usually, then they take over as your point person. It's up to you. So the goal is simple. It's your turn. What does that mean? If we do group coaching, there's 4 people in your class with you. If a specialist does it, it's simple. If I do it, I have basically what? I charge a little bit more for me. I have one 12-month left and one 3 months. That's it. Then I'm pretty well booked for the year. If I was to do 3 months of coaching, we think about an escrow or 2. That's the kind of business you would do. But it's going to be up to you as well. It's your choice as we build the credit. If I had a 6 months coaching, I'm going to add a storage unit to it. That's what we do. If I had an apartment complex and a gas station with the store, again, that's the ultimate goal, what we want to do, create income. If we had 36 divisions, we're going to create all kinds, and it's up to you. See, I like to create $100,000 a month minimum. That's just me. Then I wanted to grow up and away and do more. See, the more you get, the more you want to do more for other people. See, what do? The more you get, the more you want to give. You become a greater person. See, rich people with money are good people. If they're bad people with money, they're not good people, they're bad people. See, you can become a puppet master. I'd like every one of you to do me a favor today, if you would. I'm glad you're here to listen and learn, and that's fantastic. Take a picture. All right? I want you to basically join the other 2 TikTok accounts. Ray Reynolds University, R Reynolds University, 501c3 exemption, and at R Ray Reynolds Clips. That's my personal one. I now want to basically have you join all three at the same time if you could. If you could today, go to those, tap the live, share the live, and help me get some followers on those as well. See, you could help me help you. Isn't that a concept? We can help each other today. I like that. Isn't that fun? As we play this game to win, the ultimate goal is what do we want to do? I think you ought to be looking behind that curtain every time. Look behind the curtain, because I think we get stuck. Get stuck, just give me a call. Show up to a class. I've done classes on Saturdays for 50 years. 50 years. Since you're here today, you're in classes all today, tomorrow, for free if you want. All right, where do you say you should get the irrevocable trust? It's in the link below. Legal Shield does it for you as well. Legal Shield. Yes, I will follow you. What other platforms are you on? Okay, I can't say it on TikTok, because if I did, I'm in trouble again and again, because you have to watch what you say. Thank you. You're welcome. Fantastic. So if you would help me today, all right, I'm going to play the game. I have videos out there, all kinds of stuff for 50 years, having fun. But I've been on TikTok now for 20 weeks. 67,000 followers so far. So the bottom line is I want you to listen and learn. I want you to help yourself and do what? As you play this game and win. Thank you, Mindy. I love that. Okay, so the bottom line is we got to protect ourselves. We do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. Always remember, stay safe and strong. And let Jesus do the rest. Amen to that too. All I can tell you is I like goodies. I created my first $1 million structure. I was a kid. I wrote a patent when I was 12 and a half years old. Car finder. Got $1 million in check in the bank. They bought it. They licensed it. It became GPS, by the way, if you don't know that. My first system. I was 16 when I published it, put it out there. So winning the game of business, I've done most of my life because I know what I'm doing. But I've been studying law and accounting for the last 50 years. I study it every day, even to this day, I'm reading about it. I need to stay in touch with what's going on in the world today. So guess what? I'd like you to think about God, family, and money. God, family, money. It's up to you as well. So we take care of God, who is first, and money, wife, husband and wife became one. So God, family, money, God, family, money. That's how it works. So I hope and pray to God that you're here tomorrow with me all day. I can help you every step of the way. Things are changing tomorrow about prices and everything we're doing. So if you wanted to do it today, now. That's what you need to do. Unfortunately, if you don't do it today, you might kind of blow it. I apologize. I didn't say, okay, the last one, I'll make sure I don't miss anything. I will. Okay, fantastic. Okay. From there, I will. From there, here's Kelly's. Yeah, she's great. I love Kelly. All our specials are phenomenal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do your best. Let God do the rest. Amen to that too. And remember, at the end of the day, God loves us all.